So good morning, students. So in the last class, we discussed regarding preparation of aldehydes from alcohols and from alkynes. Now, the next one is preparation of aldehydes and ketones from alkenes. So we'll produce aldehydes and ketones from alkenes by the process called ozonolysis. Nothing but, see, if you take an alkene, this is the simplest alkene, nothing but ethylene. So addition of ozone, O3, addition of ozone to alkene gives a ozonide. This is nothing but ethylene ozonide. And this ozonide on hydrolysis in the presence of zinc, hydrolysis of this ozonide in the presence of zinc, see here, the cleavage of this bond takes place, the cleavage of this bond takes place, and here. Since these two bonds are cleaved here, a pi bond will be formed between this carbon and oxygen. Here a pi bond will be formed between this carbon and this oxygen. Then you can get HCHO plus 1 mole of HCHO. So 2 moles of formaldehyde will be formed here. So means when ethylene is subjected to ozonolysis, first it forms ethylene ozonide, and that ethylene ozonide on hydrolysis in the presence of zinc, the cleavage of these three bonds takes place, and we can get 2 moles of formaldehyde, HCHO. Okay, right. Now, see here, in the ozonolysis of an alkene, you may get either aldehydes or ketones or the mixture of aldehydes and ketones even. That depends on the nature of alkene what you have taken. So depending on the nature of alkene, you may get either aldehyde or ketone or the mixture of aldehyde and ketone. So ethylene on ozonolysis, we can get 2 moles of formaldehyde. This is the first one. Now I'll take another one here, or a general equation I'm taking here, H double bond C H. So this is nothing but a mono substitute alkene, means one hydrogen replaced by alkyl group, and this on reaction with ozone, first we can get ozonide, which is nothing but RCH. Just remove the double bond, add ozone molecule here. This is ozonide, and this ozonide on hydrolysis in the presence of zinc. On hydrolysis in the presence of zinc, same, the cleavage of these three bonds takes place, and we can get RCHO. RCHO plus HCHO. So now here in this reaction, here we got a 1 mole of aldehyde and 1 more mole of formaldehyde. So 1 mole of formaldehyde, 1 mole of aldehyde other than formaldehyde will be formed. Say I'll take an example for this. Nothing but CH3 CH. Yeah, now let's see. What is the name of this compound? This is nothing but propene. So propene or propanene, and this on reaction with ozone first forms a ozonide, yeah, this forms a ozonide, and this ozonoid on hydrolysis in the presence of zinc, Zn by H2O. On hydrolysis in the presence of zinc, here the cleavage of this bond takes place, and then we can get a CH3 CHO, means acetaldehyde will be formed here. CH3 CHO plus HCHO. So 1 mole of acetaldehyde this is, and 1 mole of formaldehyde. So 1 mole acetaldehyde and 1 mole formaldehyde will be formed. So this is regarding a mono substituted. Now instead of this alkene, if you take some other alkenes, we can get different products. So this is mono substituted. Now let's see, this hydrogen also I will replace with R. One more example, this third one. Now here also in place of H, R will come. Then here also in place of H, we can get R. That means 2 moles of aldehyde will be formed. So this is a di-substituted, means on both the double bond carbon, 2 substances are there, 2 alkyl groups as a substance now here. So now we can get 2 moles of aldehyde. See, and for that, just I'll go for a small change here. Instead of H here, I'll take CH3. Then what is the name of this compound now? This is a butadiene. So butadiene. Then here also instead of H, CH3. Here also instead of H, CH3. That means we'll get 2 moles of acetaldehyde. This is a di-substituted. On 2 double bond carbon atoms, 2 substances are present, then you can get 2 moles of aldehyde. Okay, this is about di-substituted. So butadiene. So butadiene on ozonolysis, we can get 2 moles of aldehyde. Okay, right. Now one more. I'll go for a tri-substituted. Now one more hydrogen replaced by alkyl group. Now replace this hydrogen also with alkyl group. Now what you can get here? RCOR. And this ozonoid on hydrolysis, we can get RCOR. That means 1 mole of ketone plus 1 mole of aldehyde. So tri-substituted alkenes here. On this carbon 2 alkyl groups are there, on this carbon 1 alkyl group is there. This is a tri-substituted alkene. So this is a tri-substituted alkene gives 1 mole of ketone and 1 mole of aldehyde. Now the same, I'll do small change. Now see here, what is the name of this compound? Now this is the long chain here. This is butadiene. Its second carbon methyl group is there. So the name of this compound is 2-methyl butadiene. So here also CH3. Then here we can get CH3. That means this is acetone, this is acetaldehyde. So a tri-substituted alkene. This is a tri-substituted alkene that uses 1 mole of ketone and 1 mole of aldehyde. An example, a 2-methyl butadiene. So 2-methyl butadiene on ozonolysis gives 1 mole of acetone and 1 mole of acetaldehyde. This is about a tri-substituted. Now I'll go for one more. Fully substituted alkene means a tetra substitute, means on each double bond carbon 2 substances are there. There is 2 alkyl groups. Then now here also replace hydrogen with R. Then what you can get here also R. That means here you can get only ketones. And one more, these alkyl groups may be same or may be different. Suppose if you take R dash and R dash here, then you can get R dash and R dash here. So the 2 alkyl groups may be same or may be different. So fully substituted alkenes means no hydrogens are present on double bond carbons. A fully substituted alkene can give 2 moles of ketone. Now see here also take methyl group. Now what is the name of this compound? This is 2,3 dimethyl butadiene. Here one methyl group is there, here one methyl group is there. So 2,3, this is first position, second, third and fourth position. So 2,3 dimethyl, 2,3 dimethyl butadiene. So replace H with CH3 here. Then here also replace H with CH3. Then what you will get? So you will get 2 moles of acetone. So like this, alkenes, when subjected to ozonolysis, we can get aldehydes, or we can get ketones, or we can get the mixture of aldehydes and ketones. Depending on the nature of alkene, we can get the product. Suppose if that's the same in an objective examination, then how to identify the ozonolysis products easily? Let us give some examples. Suppose right, let us see. This is an alkene, and this alkene on ozonolysis can give which products? So in any case, if you want to find out the ozonolysis products, just to do one thing. So what the double bond is there, remove the double bond between the 2 carbon atoms first. See here, CH3, CH, CH3, CH is there. That bond I will mention very clearly. CH. And what is one more here? C, single bond CH3, single bond CH3. Actually this is the compound, and just remove the double bond between 2 carbon atoms, add double bond O to each double bonded carbon atom. Then this is one product and this is another product. So what is the name of this compound? This is 2-methyl propanol. 2-methyl propanol. What about this? CH3, CO, CH3, nothing but acetone. Like this. If they give an alkene, if you want to find out the ozonolysis products, just remove the double bond between the 2 carbon atoms. Add double bond O to each double bonded carbon atom. That gives 2 products. Okay. Now let us see one more example. Right. This is the compound. What is the name of this compound? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 carbons are there. At second position, double bond is there. So this is 2-methyl hex. At second position, at fourth position, double bond is there. Hex 2,4 diene. This is the name of this compound. 2-methyl hex 2,4 diene. Right. And this compound on ozonolysis, what are the products formed here? As usual, see here, CH3, CH, double bond, CH, single bond CH, double bond C, CH3. First I have written the molecule as it is. Now remove this double bond. Take double bond over here. Take double bond over here. Again, remove this double bond. Take double bond over here and double bond over here. So this is nothing but, see here, CH3 CHO. plus this is CHO single bond CHO, nothing but a glycol, CHO single bond CHO, plus this is acetone CH3CO CH3. Okay, so like this we can find the ozonolysis product. Acetaldehyde, this is glycol, and this is acetone. So if they give an alkene, and if you want to find out the ozonolysis products, just remove the double bond between the two carbon atoms and take double bond O at each carbon atom, that gives the products. Okay, like this we can find the ozonolysis products of an alkene. So sometimes what they will ask is, by giving the ozonolysis products, they will ask the alkene exactly reverse. So whatever the two products given, write the two products side by side in such a way that the two oxygen atoms comes in adjacent position, and then remove the two oxygen atoms and join the carbon atoms by double bond, that gives the corresponding alkene. Now let us see here. I'll take one more example here. CH3 taken twice CO plus CH3 CH2 CHO. See, these are the two ozonolysis products, and one more also I'll use here, plus CHO single bond CHO. So these are the ozonolysis products of an alkene. So I want the corresponding alkene. So two CHO groups are there. First I'll take that in the middle. CHO single bond CHO. Now represent this molecule either this side or this side, anyone, no problem. I'll represent this side on this here. CH3 taken twice means I'll expand on that clearly. Now this is CH3, C double bond O, CH3. Okay, this is second molecule, and third molecule is propanaldehyde, that I'll represent here. CHO, just I'm writing the molecule is such that two oxygens will come on the adjacent positions. Okay, CHO, CH2, CH3. These are the three ozonolysis products. Now, if you want to get the starting alkene, just remove the two oxygens, join the two carbons by double bond. Here also remove the two oxygens and join the two carbons by double bond. This is the starting alkene. So what should be the name now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At second position methyl is there. So this is 2-methyl hept. After second position, after fourth position, double bond is there. Hept 2,4 diene. This is the alkene from which these three molecules will be formed. Okay. So overall, if they give an alkene and if you want to find the ozonolysis products, first remove the double bond, take double bond O at each double bonded carbon atom, that gives the product. Suppose if they give ozonolysis products, if you want to find out the reactant, then write the molecules side by side in such a way that the two oxygen atoms in two molecules comes at the adjacent positions, and then remove the two oxygens and join the two carbons through double bond, that gives the starting alkene. So this is regarding a preparation of aldehydes and ketones from alkenes by ozonolysis. Okay, right. So this is the third preparation method. Now we'll go for a fourth one. From acid chlorides. Right. So preparation of aldehydes and ketones from acid chlorides. Right. Let us see here now. What is the general formula? or RCOCl. This is acid chloride. Nothing but from the carboxylic acid molecule, remove OH with Cl, then you can get acid chloride. Okay, right. So this acid chloride on reduction with in the presence of palladium and barium sulfate, which is partially deactivated by quinoline or sulfur containing compound. Just a quinoline enough. See, this reaction is called a Rosenman reduction. This is an important named reaction. So Rosenman's reduction, this is called as. So reduction of acid chlorides in the presence of palladium and barium sulfate, which is partially deactivated in the presence of quinoline or sulfur containing compound. Actually, palladium is a strong reducing agent. Palladium plus hydrogen is strong reducing agent. And the activity of that palladium will be reduced by the presence of small amount of BaSO4 or CaCO3 in quinoline or a sulfur containing compound. So here, control reduction takes place. This acid chloride is reduced to the corresponding aldehyde RCHO plus HCl. So this is acid chloride. And this acid chloride is reduced to aldehyde. Okay, so this palladium is partially deactivated. Otherwise, what the aldehyde formed here, this aldehyde can undergo further reduction to give alcohol. So this is a control reduction. So the control reduction of acid chlorides in the presence of palladium and barium sulfate in quinoline gives aldehydes. This reaction is called as a Rosenman reduction. Let us see some examples for this. CH3COCl plus H2, same in the presence of palladium, barium sulfate and quinoline or sulfur containing compound. What is the name of this compound here? This is nothing but acetyl chloride. There is common name, or ethanoyl chloride. Ethanoyl chloride or acetyl chloride. Acetyl chloride is common name. Ethanoyl chloride is IUPAC name. So a reduction of acetyl chloride in the presence of palladium and barium sulfate gives a CH3CHO plus HCl. It gives acetaldehyde. Acetyl chloride or ethanoyl chloride on reduction in the presence of Lindlar's catalyst. This mixture is nothing but called as Lindlar's catalyst. So reduction of acetyl chloride in the presence of Lindlar's catalyst can give acetaldehyde. Like that we can prepare some other also here. CH3, CH2COCl. Reduction in the presence of Lindlar's catalyst. What is the name of this compound? 3 carbons are there. Now this is a propanoyl chloride. So this is a propanoyl chloride on reduction gives propanaldehyde or propanol. CH3, CH2, CHO. This is nothing but a propanol. IUPAC name. Common name is propionaldehyde. Propionaldehyde common name, propanol, IUPAC name. So in the same way, we can also produce here aromatic aldehydes also here. C6H5COCl. This is nothing but a benzoyl chloride. So this is benzoyl chloride. Benzoyl chloride. C6H5CO. This is called benzoyl group chloride. Benzoyl chloride. So this benzoyl chloride on reduction gives in the presence of Lindlar's catalyst C6H5CHO, nothing but a benzaldehyde, also called as benzene carbaldehyde, either benzaldehyde or benzene carbaldehyde. See once again, like that we can produce any aldehyde here. See once. So reduction of acid chlorides in the presence of Lindlar's catalyst, that is a palladium plus barium sulfate in quinoline or sulfur containing compound, give aldehydes. Acetyl chloride gives acetaldehyde, propanoyl chloride gives propanaldehyde, benzoyl chloride gives benzaldehyde. So this is the preparation of aldehydes from acid chlorides by the process called Rosenman reduction. So this is an important named reaction for PUC examination. Okay, right. Then, is it possible to prepare ketones by this method or not? Yes, we can also produce ketones from acid chlorides, not by this method. Other method is there. Let us see that one also. Right. So preparation of ketones from acid chlorides. Acid chloride RCOCl. So when these acid chlorides are allowed to react with dialkyl cadmium R2CD, nothing but a dialkyl cadmium, then it gives RCO R dash plus CdCl2, cadmium chloride. So for balancing, take 2 here and take 2 moles here. Now the equation is balanced. So when acid chlorides, this is acid chloride. So when acid chloride is allowed to react with dialkyl cadmium, this is a dialkyl cadmium. When acid chloride react with the dialkyl cadmium, gives a ketone. But one thing, so first of all, we should produce this dialkyl cadmium for this reaction, and the dialkyl cadmium required for this reaction can be produced by the reaction of cadmium chloride with Grignard reagent. This is the first step. First we should prepare dialkyl cadmium here. So dialkyl cadmium is produced by the reaction of cadmium chloride with a Grignard reagent. Then we can get R dash twice CD plus MgXCl. Take 2 moles here, 2 moles. This is the balanced equation. So cadmium chloride react with the Grignard reagent to give dialkyl cadmium, and this dialkyl cadmium when react with acid chloride we can get ketones. So this is the general equation for the preparation of ketones from acid chlorides. Let us take an example here now. So see an example here. Cadmium chloride CdCl2 plus, here I will take ethyl C2H5MgBr. What is this? Nothing but ethyl magnesium bromide. So this is ethyl magnesium bromide. Right. So when cadmium chloride is allowed to react with ethyl magnesium bromide, 2 moles, then we can get C2H5 taken twice CD plus MgBrCl, 2 moles. This is diethyl cadmium. Diethyl cadmium. Diethyl cadmium. And now this diethyl cadmium is allowed to react with an acid chloride. Now I will take an acid chloride here, CH3COCl, nothing but ethanoyl chloride. This is ethanoyl chloride. So when this ethanoyl chloride is allowed to react with this diethyl cadmium plus C2H5 taken twice CD gives rise, for balancing, take 2 moles here. Then we can get 2 moles of CH3CO C2H5 plus cadmium chloride, CdCl2. What is the name of this product? This is butane 2-one. So butane 2-one. This is the product formed here. See one second. When cadmium chloride is allowed to react with ethyl magnesium bromide, then it gives diethyl cadmium plus byproduct. And this diethyl cadmium, when allowed to react with acetyl chloride, then we can get butane 2-one. Simply here replace Cl with CH5 group, cadmium and chlorine, this combine here, and cadmium chloride get separates, CdCl2 plus ketone. So this is the preparation of ketones from acid chloride by reacting with dialkyl cadmium. See once. Acid chlorides when react with dialkyl cadmium gives ketone, whereas the dialkyl cadmium required for this reaction can be produced by the reaction of cadmium chloride with a Grignard reagent. You can get dialkyl cadmium here. And this react with acid chloride to produce a ketone. So this is the preparation of ketones from acid chlorides. Fourth preparation. So from acid chlorides we can produce both aldehydes as well as ketones. Okay, all right. Now come to the another preparation method here. Fifth one, from nitriles. Preparation of aldehydes and ketones from nitriles. So what is a nitrile? Which functional group is called as nitrile? CN. Cyanide functional group is known as nitriles. So from cyanides we are going to produce aldehydes and ketones here. Right. In that, the first one is preparation of aldehydes from nitriles. This is also an important named reaction, Stephen reaction. Right. So this Stephen reaction is nitrile. First of all, let general equations here. RCN, C triple bond N. This is a nitrile. So this nitrile on reduction in the presence of SnCl2 plus HCl, nothing but a stannous chloride plus hydrochloric acid. Here first stannous chloride react with HCl and produce hydrogen. That hydrogen can reduce this nitrile to give an imine first, or CH double bond NH, or CH double bond NH. So this is known as a imine. Nothing but a double bond NH, that is known as imine. and this imine on hydrolysis, so this imine on hydrolysis, so this gives aldehyde RCHO plus NH3. Simply remove the double bond, take double bond over here, at the two valences take two hydrogens here, you can get ammonia. Simple. Okay, in amine, at the double bond, break the double bond, take double bond over to carbon and add two hydrogens to two valences of nitrogen, then you will get ammonia. So this is not exact mechanism, simple method I am saying here. So you can get aldehyde. So this reaction is known as a Stephen reaction or Stephen reduction, both are same. Okay, so reduction of nitrile in the presence of SnCl2 plus HCl first gives an imine, and this imine on hydrolysis gives a aldehyde. Okay, let us take an example here. CH3CN. What is the name of this reaction? Sorry, what is the name of this compound? This is ethane nitrile. Or simply common name is methyl cyanide. Ethane nitrile, first carbon, and this is second carbon. So ethane nitrile, this is IUPAC's name. Methyl cyanide, that is common name. And this on reduction in the presence of SnCl2 plus HCl, then you can get CH3 single bond CH double bond NH. Okay, and this is another ethymine. Okay, or acetaldimine, this is also called as acetaldimine or ethymine, and this on hydrolysis, and this imine on hydrolysis, this double bond will break and you can get here CH3CHO plus NH3, nothing but acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde will be formed here. Okay, now let us take a same like that. If you take any example, you can write like this. Do one thing simple. In cyanide, break one pi bond, add one hydrogen to carbon, one hydrogen to nitrogen, then you will get imine. And this on hydrolysis, break the double bond, take double bond over to carbon and add two hydrogens to ammonia, sorry, nitrogen, you can get ammonia. So a reduction of nitriles followed by hydrolysis gives aldehydes. First on reduction we can get imine, and this imine on hydrolysis gives aldehydes. Okay, this reaction is known as Stephen reaction or Stephen reduction. So this is the first one. Now same from nitriles, by using one more reagent also we can produce. Let us see that one. The second one is Dibal H. The same reagent already we have studied in alcohol chapter also. Okay, let us see what is the Dibal H. What is Dibal H? Nothing but diisobutyl aluminum hydride. So this is nothing but diisobutyl aluminum hydride. Diisobutyl aluminum hydride. This is known as simply as a Dibal H we can represent. Diisobutyl, What is isobutyl group? This is isobutyl group. Di, again twice. Aluminium, Al. Hydride. Aluminum valence is 3. Out of 3 valences, 2 valences are satisfied here. So third valence satisfied by 1 hydrogen. So this is known as dibal H, diisobutyl aluminum hydride. So this diisobutyl aluminum hydride is used for control reduction. Means you can reduce only some selective groups, not all unsaturations or other groups. And what the advantage of using this dibal H is, this is used for the preparation of unsaturated aldehydes. Means this dibal H can reduce the given nitrile without affecting the unsaturation in the given compound. See, let us see an example here. CH3, CH double bond, CH single bond, C triple bond N. What is the name of this compound? 1, 2, 3, 4. But 2-ene nitrile. But 2-ene nitrile. So when this is subjected to reduction in the presence of dibal H, then we can get an imine. Means this dibal H reduces this without affecting the unsaturation in the given compound. This unsaturation will not be affected. Then you can get CH3 single bond CH double bond CH single bond CH double bond NH. So here the reduction takes place without affecting the unsaturation in the given compound, and this on hydrolysis. So this compound on hydrolysis, then we can get CH3 CH double bond CH single bond CHO plus NH3, nothing but a but 2-enol, but 2-enol, but 2-enol or 2-butanol, like that you can write. So same, the process is just similar to Stephen reduction. So what the reference is, there we have taken SnCl2 plus HCl as reducing agent. Here we are using diisobutyl aluminum hydride as the reducing agent. And the difference is, here in this reaction, if you use SnCl2 plus HCl as reducing agent, in addition to this nitrile, this double bond also will be reduced. Now in the same reaction, if you use SnCl2 plus HCl, then your product is CH3, CH2, CH2, CHO, nothing but butanol. This reduces the unsaturation in the given compound also. The advantage of using this dibal H is, it reduces the nitrile without affecting the unsaturation in the given compound. The unsaturation remains as it is in the final product. So in the preparation of unsaturated aldehydes, we use dibal H as the reducing agent. In the same, if you are using a Stephen reaction or Stephen reduction, that is SnCl2 plus HCl, in addition to nitrile group, the double bond also will be reduced. Then you can get butanol. So this is regarding preparation of aldehydes from nitriles. Okay, right. So overall, the reduction of nitrile followed by hydrolysis gives aldehydes. First on reduction gives imine, that imine on hydrolysis give aldehyde. By using dibal H, it can reduce the imine without affecting the unsaturation in the given compound. Without affecting unsaturation, the reduction reaction takes place. Okay, and from the same nitriles we can also produce ketones. From the nitriles we can produce ketones by reacting with a Grignard reagent. Now let us see that one also. RCN, a nitrile. When this nitrile is allowed to react with a Grignard reagent R-MgX. First of all, the addition of Grignard reagent takes place to nitrile. Then we can get R, C, R dash, double bond, N-MgX. The first addition compound will be formed. And this addition compound on hydrolysis, select here, this on hydrolysis, then we can get R, CO, R dash plus MgX, NH2. This is the product. Simply here also remove the double bond, take double bond over here and 2 hydrogens to nitrogen, then you can get amine here. I'll take an example. For an example, CH3 CN, a nitrile, plus C2H5 MgI, ethyl magnesium iodide. Then what we will get first here? We can get CH3C, C2H5, double bond, NMgI. And this on hydrolysis, so this on hydrolysis we can get CH3 CO C2H5 plus MgI NH2, nothing but butanone, butane 2-one. Butane 2-one will be formed as the product. So this is the preparation of ketones from nitriles. See once. Ketones are prepared from nitriles by the reaction with the Grignard reagent followed by hydrolysis. Addition of Grignard reagent to nitrile gives an addition compound, and this addition compound on hydrolysis gives a ketone. Take an example here. This is ethane nitrile. This ethane nitrile or methyl cyanide, ethane nitrile or methyl cyanide on reaction with ethyl magnesium iodide C2H5MgI gives an additional compound, and this additional compound on hydrolysis gives ketone. So this is regarding preparation of aldehydes and ketones from nitriles. Okay, so overall reduction of nitriles with SnCl2 plus HCl or diol H gives imine, which on hydrolysis gives aldehydes. The advantage of using diol H is the diol H reduces nitriles without affecting the unsaturation in the given compound, whereas ketones are produced from the nitriles by the addition of Grignard reagent followed by hydrolysis gives ketones. So this is the preparation of aldehydes and ketones from nitriles. Next, from esters, So from esters, we will prepare aldehydes, not ketones, only aldehydes. See here, RCO OR dash. So this is a reduction of ester with dibal H. Diisobutyl aluminum hydride. So what the RCO is there? The RCO is reduced to the corresponding aldehyde RCHO. So dibal H reduces esters to the corresponding aldehydes. What the RCO group is there? That RCO group is converted to corresponding aldehyde in the presence of dibal H. Okay, so used for selective reduction. It reduces only certain functional group, not all. And that list of functional groups which are reduced by dibal H is given in alcohol chapter in that form of a table. I'll refer that once later. Now take an example here. This is the example given in our textbook only. 9 times CH3, CH2 9 times, COO, C2, H5. Nothing but this is ethyl. Here 11 carbons are there, undecanoate. With 11 carbons, so let the IUPAC name undeca. Okay, ethyl undecanoate, alkyl alkanoate. This is ethyl undecanoate, and this on reduction, simple. What the RCO group is there, the corresponding aldehyde will be formed. So it gives CH3, CH2 9 times, CHO. Nothing but undecanal. Okay, a simple example also I'll take here. CH3, CH2, COO, C2H5. This is nothing but ethyl propanoate. So this is ethyl propanoate, and this ethyl propanoate on reduction in the presence of dibal H. So what this alkanoyl group is there, RCO group, that gives the corresponding aldehyde CH3, CH2, CHO, nothing but propanol. This is like this. Reduction of esters in the presence of dibal H gives the corresponding aldehydes. What the RCO is there, that gives the corresponding aldehyde. So this is regarding preparation of aliphatic aldehydes. So still what we discussed is, first one from alcohols by dehydrogenation and by oxidation. Second one from alkynes, addition of water gives enol that rearranges to give aldehyde or ketone. Third one is from alkenes by ozonolysis, gives either aldehyde or ketones or the mixture of aldehydes and ketones depending on the nature of alkene. Fourth one is from acid chlorides. Reduction of acid chlorides with a Lindlar's catalyst gives the corresponding aldehyde, which is known as Rosenman reduction. And from that acid chlorides, we can also produce ketones by reacting with the dialkyl cadmium. And fifth one is from nitriles. So nitriles on reduction with either SnCl2 plus HCl, nothing but a Stephan reduction, or by reduction with dibal H gives aldehydes. Whereas this nitrile on reaction with the Grignard reagent followed by hydrolysis can give ketones. Okay, and sixth one is from ester. Reduction of ester with dibal H gives aldehydes. So this is the preparation of aliphatic aldehydes and ketones. Then how to prepare aromatic aldehydes and ketones. So in the tomorrow class we will continue that. Thank you.